This video is kind of unnecessary, but it's just for me. I know where I'm at in life. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing 100%. I know what I'm doing today. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I know what I'm doing 10 years from now, 20 years from now. I know how I will die even. I know that I will die alone with no money, no friends, and no one by my side. I will die a painful death. Do I care? No, I don't want your pity. I don't need your pity. I don't care about the pain that I go through on a daily basis. That's what makes me who I am. I embrace pain. I have no close friends. I have no close family. People think that I'm literally insane, and every idea I have is bullshit. Well, just a little heads up for myself and a heads up for people who are watching this. I talk to millionaires. And I've been talking to millionaires. Personally, emailing them. I have multiple millionaires' personal email addresses. And I talk to them because they're influences in my life and they're teaching me what I need to do to get out of poverty and make myself super successful. My life isn't the end game. Briar's freedom and Briar's happiness is the end game for me. Gary Vaynerchuk went from $3 million to a $60 million company, built his own $200 million company, creates some of the best content, has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He shouted me out on Instagram, said he liked my video. Nice work. Actually him. Patrick Bet David told me that he's going to advertise my content on his channel to make myself more successful. He will critique the things that I'm doing and give me feedback. He will help me get where he's at. And he's a multi-millionaire. He talks to billionaires and figures out how to get their ideas and how to get to their level. And I talk to him so I can get on his level. That's just two of them. You know how many millionaires there is? Google every millionaire in the world, find their email address, think of an idea, and message them motherfuckers. Every single one of them. Who cares if 99% of them don't message you back? If one of them does and they collab with you, you're set. You're out the gutter, you're out the struggle, you're out the small time hustle. You know what I mean? You just made yourself a big time move. I'm making big moves because I'm thinking so far ahead of what most people think. It's beyond their comprehension level. I'm thinking 30, 40, 50, 100 years in the future, 500 years in the future. And I ain't even going to be around them. My voice, my content, my channels should still be relevant because I'm talking about things like money. I'm talking about financial freedom. I'm talking about technology. I'm talking about public speaking. I'm talking about creating content. That stuff is never going to go away. So if I put it in a place that is very safe and that has no reason to go anywhere, like on YouTube, I'm golden. I've been telling y'all to get on YouTube for so long because I know the potential of what it can bring you. I literally watch videos of my favorite people, gather bits and pieces of what they have to say, and I make content based on a rough draft summary of what I've learned. I put it into my own words and put it in my own perspective, and I give out the same kind of content, but I'm just passing it down to generations. You know what I mean? Knowledge and advice is passed on from generation to generation. I don't think the public speakers that are my influencers and that give me advice, if I don't think they mind that I'm sharing the things that they got to say, because their message is being continually driven further and further. Yeah, they're not necessarily receiving the credit all the time, but they're the ones who came up with the concepts, and they shouldn't always have to receive the credit. If I made the internet, for instance, I'm not going to be the one trying to be like, it was me, it was me, it was me. I'm going to be like, look at this, look at this, look at this. So don't worry about me. Don't think that I'm not happy and healthy and everything, in between, because I am. I'm as healthy as I can be for somebody that has arthritis, bipolar, schizophrenia, ADD, insomnia, anxiety. I have so many damn things wrong with me, but I'm making the best of it. You know what I mean? I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a wife. I don't have any kids. I don't have any friends. I don't trust my family. I have nobody but myself. I am my only influencer who's credible. Everybody else, that I follow is great, but I'm the only person that can make logical decisions on what's best for me. If my uncle says something's not right, I don't give a fuck, because he don't know what's right. He lives on the streets. If my dad says he don't know, or what I don't know is not right, I don't care, because he lived in the same house for 20 years. He can't tell me how to buy a mansion when he's living in the same house. He owes more money on his mortgage than he bought the house for initially. I can't take financial advice from people like that. You really think I'm going to become financially successful by listening to people like that? Or my friends who don't even want to hear me out? There is some that do. You know what I mean? Like Seth Langer, Cody Jordan, let's see, Cody DeCoster. There's people out there that I think they agree with what I have to say, and they show me love and respect. And I appreciate it. And that's why I just mentioned them in my video, because in the past week they've all showed me respect, and they recognize my hustle. And I'm not looking for recognition. I'm not looking for none of that. I'm looking to do the best I can with what I got. Yeah, I'm thinking about the future, and I'm making moves for the future, because that's the only thing we got is what's next. What we have right now don't mean shit, because it could be taken from us tomorrow. So why not build something better for tomorrow? I'm out here trying to do things for my nephew. I'm out here trying to become the best person I can be, so he has somebody to look up to that's credible, that he can trust. I want him to be like, Uncle Kai Kai was told by every single person that he can't do this, and he overcame all the odds, and he did everything he told them they were going to do 10 years in advance. When he said he was God, when he said he was Jesus, he probably just felt like that. And I did. When I realized that I can literally create wealth with my brain, I instantly felt insane. I felt like I was the one. I felt like I was the Messiah. And I've heard that if you feel like you're the Messiah, then you are the one. Or you have one. I'm not saying I'm Jesus Christ, hang me on a cross, because Jesus Christ is just a character in the Bible. And the Bible is just a book written by another human being like yourself. The Bible wasn't written by God. What is God? Who is God? God is the title of something that created or rules or dictates what's going on in the world or the galaxy or the universe. You don't even know what God is. You don't know what Jesus is. So when I said I was like them, it's just because I felt like I was something bigger than what you all believe in and what you all really know. I want you to realize that I'm happy. When I'm making these videos, even if I'm depressed like I am today, I left work because I was just so sick today. I was in so much pain. I could barely stand up. I almost collapsed because I was in that much excruciating pain, and I felt, psychologically and physically just ill, completely. I didn't sleep for the past 2 nights. My antipsychotic medication and my sleeping medication hasn't been working, so I haven't been able to sleep. So I've been up and with no rest, and it's, the 4th of July was recently going on, so people have been doing fireworks, keeping me up even later than I should be. They've been, the potential chance that I would fall asleep, I hear a boom and wakes me right back up. And I'm not saying feel sympathy for me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying even at my worst, like today, I'm doing better than most of you. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm just trying to tell you that I'm fine. I'm happy. If I died right now, just know that I died doing the things that I loved, doing the things that I wanted to do, and I've already accomplished all the goals that I need to. I've already done more than some people will ever accomplish. I'm leaving legacies, and I'm trying to create a dynasty. Let's write a dynasty. And if you don't know what a dynasty is, Google that shit. I'd like my family to be a dynasty. I'd like my family to be royalty. Why can't we be? If we have the ability to create any amount of wealth, why can't we just buy our way into those things? You can. Just like when I said I can be president. If you have enough money, you can buy your way into presidency. There's no such thing as an election. There's such things as political contributions, which means if I have $100 million and I give you that on your campaign, you better listen to what I say when you become president, because I just donated it to your campaign and made you win. Because of my contribution, you were more successful and you became president, so now you owe me a favor. I don't need to sit in the White House. But I just wanted to prove to you that money can put you in the White House. Look at Donald Trump. He literally bought his way into the White House. You sit there and think, oh, you can't do it, you can't do it. All my friends told me you can't do it. Donald Trump just did it. Donald Trump paid his way into the White House. He's not a good fucking congressman or, a president. He's a businessman, and he's thirsty as fuck for more money, and he's greedy. When he's done with his presidency, him and Putin and Kim Jong-un probably are just going to be laughing at all of us because they made so many fucking deals with oil and all this stuff that they're like kingpins now. They're untouchable. And you guys just let it happen. I see that kind of shit, and I try to stand up and fight for what I believe in because I know it's wrong, but obviously the people in this world or the people that I talk to don't feel that way. When I say there's so many things wrong with this world, I just want to start changing them all myself because I hate the reality that we live in. I can't stand the lives that we live. So I have to create new lives, and I have to create new realities for all of us because I don't like the way things are going. I don't like to see, people die. I don't like to see people do drugs. I don't like to see people be unhealthy. I don't like to see people with disabilities. I don't like to see any of that stuff. Any of the problems going on in the world, school shootings, any of that, I don't like to see none of it. So I've made a pact to myself that I'm going to stand up and fight for all them things. But no one's going to take me credible or take my word for anything or my advice unless I have money and I put it in their face. Money talks, and that's all that matters. If I showed you $1 million, you think I'm more powerful and more than who I am than if I showed you $1 billion product. And that's a big discrepancy. You know what I mean? That's 3 extra zeros. So it's like, why do you guys just want to see the money and want to see what's right now? Because that's how you think. Think externally and think longer, think long term, think of your great grandchildren's future. Do you realize that overpopulation in the world, by the time your great-grandchildren are alive, is going to be so ridiculous that places like New York City are going to be almost impossible to live in? Countries like China are going to be so overpopulated that they're not even going to allow you to have children, and if they do, you can only have maybe one. Do you realize that HARP is real? Do you realize that 9/11 was a setup? Do you realize that Tupac was killed for doing the same thing I'm doing? Do you realize John F. Kennedy was killed for doing the same thing I'm doing? I'm just taking their advice and following and continuing the mission. I was handed the torch. So yeah, I do feel like a Messiah or a God or a Jesus. But I'm not that. I'm just a human being like you who hates, absolutely hates, seeing the things that we are exposed to. My uncle literally just tries to degrade everything I say. Like, if I come up with any idea and I tell him, he just tries to degrade it. And like, the only reason I bring him up so much is because he's around so much, because I'm trying to fix his life. I'm trying to figure out what's going on wrong in his life, because I want to help everybody, even him. And he don't want no help. He don't want, my advice or nothing, but he tries to degrade the things that I'm doing and says that they're unattainable and impossible. How the fuck do you know, guy? You've been in prison 10 years of your life, and you don't even know the possibilities of the internet yet. You don't even have a smartphone. You don't even have a cell phone. You don't know that I talk to millionaires, like, legitimately. I really fucking do that shit. I really have a meeting with Patrick Bet-David where I have to discuss, what kind of content or what kind of things I want him to do on his channel for me, and how much it's going to cost me. And it might cost me a couple grand. Now I might not be able to do it for a year. He might say something off the wall, and I might not be able to afford it for a year, but best believe it's going to happen because he responded. So Patrick Bet-David, I appreciate everything that you're giving me and the opportunity that you left me, because the confidence that I have now is just so strong. It's hard to stop this machine. I want you all to know that I'm very happy. Like I said, I'm very healthy for, having all the ailments and problems that I do have. The one thing I wish in life is that I had a child and I had a wife and maybe a couple more friends, or the friends that I had growing up. I wish we still communicated with each other. When I first came up with these ideas and I didn't know how to articulate them to people, I lost all my friends because my family said I was crazy, and my friends believed it. They took my family's advice and they stuck with it. Yeah, some of them talked to me and I might have said some crazy things to them, and that changed their perspective. But I've known these people for over 20 years. In 1 year, they've changed their perspective on my entire life. I was going through hard times. I was going through an evolutionary experience. I was going through a godlike experience. And I was on drugs. I'm sorry, but I don't deserve to lose everybody I love. I don't deserve to die with no one by my side. I don't deserve none of that. I don't want your pity. I don't want your sympathy. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I just want you to understand that I got nothing in this fucking world, and all I'm trying to do is make your lives better. So when I say I'm like a Jesus, I'm going to die like a Jesus. I'm going to die on a cross, or I'm going to die doing something for other people, even though I'm not getting nothing in return. Even though the other people hate me, or the other people don't believe me, or don't care about what I'm doing. I'm going to die trying to save someone else's life. I'm going to die trying to make someone else's life better. That's why I consider myself like a Jesus. Because the story of Jesus is that he was a man who was connected with the higher God, and no one cared, what he had to say. No one believed him. There's rumors that he was even a drug addict and alcoholic or whatever, and they killed him because he was trying to help other people. He was trying to change people's perspective, and they didn't like that. And that's what I'm trying to do. So fucking kill me. that's my end game for you guys, is for you to put me on a cross, I'm ready to go right now. I have nothing. So don't try to take something or degrade what I'm trying to do, because I have nothing. I'm trying to build something. I have nothing. I have nothing to show you, at least. I have no results to give you. I have no cash to show you. I have no love for you right now. I have a deeper love for everybody in some way, form, or fashion. But right now, I'm just reflecting because I know that these people don't care about what I'm doing. And they may never care. And that's alright with me. But I'm ready to face any fate or face any obstacles that come my way, because I know I can overcome them. What's going to kill me is stressing out about the things that don't matter, like your opinion, your negative thought processes, your critique of my lifestyle. That's what's going to kill me, is the stress that I have from others. I'm not going to let it kill me, but that's the only thing that's dragging me down. And I try to do stuff, like prove you all wrong. It's like I want to prove you all wrong so bad I can just taste it. But now I realize, like, what's the point of proving you wrong? Like, it doesn't even fucking matter. I want to prove myself right before I prove you guys wrong. Like I said, I've done and said a bunch of crazy stuff. But I expect to fulfill all those obligations and all those missions the best of my ability. I plan on being the best man and the best influencer and the best mentor that I can possibly be. If I'm not the greatest, that's fine. If I'm not your favorite, that's fine. If you don't like me, that's fine. If you like me and you love me, you know what I mean? I feel a mutual respect, but I don't see it out here. All I see is negativity. What happened to positivity? What happened to great things? What happened to live your dreams? What happened to collaboration? This world is all about me. And money. I know what it's like to have lots of money. I know what it's like to have no money. I know what it's like to have lots of friends. I know what it's like to have no friends. I put myself in every kind of environment and situation so I can reflect and I can comprehend how others feel. I put myself through other people's pain so I can endure and I can understand what they're going through. I've been every kind of drug addict there possibly is because I want to know how to overcome each of those substances. I quit taking my arthritis medication for the longest time just to know that I can go without it. I've turned off my internet, turned off my phone to realize that I could live without it. I've excluded my family and my friends from my life because I know that I can go without them. I don't need them. I want them in my life, but I don't need them. All I need is myself and what I believe in. That's all that matters, and that's all that matters to me, and that's all that will ever matter. I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, I'm rich. It's time for me to show you this stupid little shit. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to be hasteful. Maybe I should be more tasteful. But the things that I see and the things that we be are completely opposite. Completely opposite to me. Thanks for viewing. I hope this video clarifies some of the things in my life that you were questioning. I hope you realize I do know where I'm at and where I'm going, and I don't want your advice. I don't want your opinion. I don't care what you have to say. Because what you're saying is so above my head or so below my hearing that we're not even on the same frequency. Now, one person in this entire world is on the exact same level as me. I can guarantee you. Now, I'm not saying that's an economical level or whatever. I'm saying they're just not on my level. Nobody. I am very fucking unique.